Org.
Welcome back to Focus on the Palmetto State. As the weather gets colder, our electric bills and gas bills begin to burn a hole in our budget. Just a few easy changes, though, can save the average homeowner a lot of money on energy bills. My next guests have some tips we need for this season. Andy Wallin and Laura Kate Steadman work with the Community Conservation Corps at Furman University. And I want to thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Now, it's getting cold outside, you know, the air is blowing through the cracks and things like that. So you're going to give us some tips on that. But first, tell me what you do at the Conservation Corps over at Furman University.
We actually are AmeriCorps members, and we apply for grant money, and with our grant money, we go out to the Greenville community and make home improvements in the community, help with financial stability, and kind of save energy as far as the resource goes, like natural gas and electricity.
So you work with the community, but you're stationed kind of at Furman University.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, how many people are you able to help in the course of a year, or what's the average number?
The amount of people that we can help is directly tied to our grant funding, but the program's been going for about 3 years now. We've weatherized over 40 homes, and since the start of our programmatic year in July, we've weatherized over 10 homes so far this year.
Okay. Now, Andy, where do you get, who gives you the grant money?
We actually have 3 grants right now. We just finished one. One grant is through Piedmont Natural Gas, and that gets renewed annually. Another grant, which we just finished, was TD Bank. They gave us a nice grant. And we're also working on a Bank of America grant right now. And all those grants kind of have different designations as to what homes we can weatherize and how we can weatherize them.
And those are important because that money is just poured right back into the local community.
Exactly,
with
yeah.
improvements and
That's
changes. Right. Because I had read, I guess, on some of the paperwork that you'd given us that the average homeowner can save as much as 30% off of their electric bill, which is huge.
Yeah, that's a number from the Department of Energy, and we collect natural gas data and electricity data of our clients for a year pre and post of the weatherization dates, so we're kind of trying to analyze the actual savings, and we're just getting to the point now where we have a year's worth of data and we can go back and see how much money they actually are saving.
You read my mind because I was going to ask you that. Okay, so let's go on to the tips. The average homeowner is sitting and later on we'll give people an address or a way they can contact you if they want you guys to come and weatherize their home. Okay, first tip. Either one of you can go first.
Probably the number one thing you want to do is how you set your thermostat. A lot of people will think that the higher you go in the winter to make it warmer is just going to make your house warmer, but it's only going to make your home work harder to make your house warm. So the average winter setting would be 68. Up to 70. And then the summer between 76 and 78, would you say? That's probably a good number. And that way you can save energy and still keep your home fairly warm.
In the winter, if you want to keep your thermostat a little bit lower, kind of close your doors and just use a small space heater to heat the room you're actually sitting in for the evening while you're maybe spending time with your family. That'll help save instead of heating the entire home when you're not using those other rooms.
Yeah.
Some other things you can do are air sealing is really important. A lot of times around your crown molding or your floor space, there will be cracks and air and heat can escape into your crawl space and in your walls. Weather stripping around doors and windows and door sweeps to just kind of keep that air barrier closed.
Right, to keep the windows, because you'll walk past those windows and it'll be like that.
Exactly,
you can feel that little
feel
breeze coming in. Yeah,
Sure.
that can really help a lot. Just some cheap silicone caulk from your hardware store can help a lot with that.
Yeah, a lot of times also insulation in both your crawl space and your attic can be very helpful. A lot of times we'll see air creeping up through the floorboards or coming down through the attic, and you can just buy insulation from Home Depot and lay it in yourself by putting it in the slats in your crawl space. That's a huge benefit that a lot of our clients use.
Yeah, and installing it yourself is also a lot cheaper than having somebody else. It's really simple to install. That can be a little bit more of a pricey one if you're buying the insulation, but you can save money by putting it in yourself. Also insulating your water heater and your water pipes. It can be really helpful on keeping the electricity down for heating that water up.
Now when you start with the thermostat, so keep your thermostat around 68, 70 this time of year. Now if you go into a room and lower your thermostat, I've always heard that it has to work twice as hard to get back up to that temperature. Is that a myth, or is that, you shouldn't fluctuate the thermostat?
Yeah, you don't want to be lowering it and raising it too terribly much. Just trying to keep it around that 68 level and maybe turning it down a couple notches before you go to bed at night and putting another blanket on the bed. That can be really helpful.
Yeah, changing your thermostat on a quick basis is really going to put a strain on your air pump or your air conditioning unit. So we suggest have one setting for the entire season, and then when you're ready to change it, change it.
So is it cheaper then or less expensive to run a space heater than it is to run a thermostat?
Just the electricity required to run that space heater, say in just your living room for the evening, is going to save you kilowatt hours as opposed to running the electricity to heat the entire house.
Yeah, and it really depends on the size of your house too. If you have a small house and a large unit, you're going to waste a lot of money on a large unit by just having instead of having a small space heater.
Yeah, especially if you're not using the whole house.
Exactly. Yeah.
You guys are really smart at this kind of stuff. I know there's people watching that would want you to come to their house and weatherize their home, and you do that for free if they're in the right income range. So tell me about that.
That's right. We do free weatherization if you qualify for our program. To qualify, you have to be the owner of the home. You don't have to have paid your mortgage off or anything like that, but as long as your name is on the mortgage and you meet our income requirements, which are right now, I believe, twice the housing department's poverty level. So you can make up to a certain amount depending on how many people live in the home with you, and typically you should qualify. Right now we unfortunately only have funding for natural gas homes, but we're still accepting applications for non-natural gas homes, and we're kind of on the lookout for some more grant funding for that as well.
Okay, so Andy, tell us how you get your application in.
Well, you can call us, and you'll have to give them your office number because you're the one who answers the phone calls, but your office number is the best way to reach you.
Yeah, you can call us and we'll give you our information, or you can visit our website at furman.edu/ccc and download an application and just send it right into us. We accept application by fax, email, or just regular postal service.
Okay, what's your phone number?
294-2512.
Okay.
You can reach me at my office. That's my direct line.
Yeah, and if you call her or call us, we'll answer the phone, leave a message, and we'll send you an application the next day in the mail with a brochure and all the details about qualifying.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
All right. And to fill out that application, you have to have your home weatherized. You can go online to that website. Here it is again. It's furman.edu/ccc. Focus on the Palmetto State will return to see if your resolution to get fit is working.
I'm John. I was blinded in a chemical